Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell, episode number 61. Let's get into college football preview from the Athlon Sports magazine preview. Um, let's gonna talk about that and get into on this day sports history. That'll be it for today. I'm not gonna get into nothing else. Just fascinated with the college football season that's coming up. I'm gonna be going over the college football season for the most part. All the way to maybe the new season starts next month, and go over some of the teams, stuff like that. I did with the NFL team, the NFL preview sometime next month. Try to do both, but multitask. I'm just focused on um in this magazine, this preview, the top transfers that's going to be coming up this year. Um, Carson Beck of Miami, he's transferred from Georgia. He's going to be playing for Miami. Uh, he threw 3,485 yards and 28 scores, and it was expected to recover from his elbow injury. So he's a big upgrade for Miami to get them back to being really good this year, like they was last year, and see if they can get to the playoffs. That's something that Miami failed to do last year. The offense was great. It wasn't Miami's fault with the offense. Obviously, he's gonna be replacing a great quarterback in Cam Ward, who came out of Miami's number one pick for Tennessee Titans. So see if he can fill his shoes. Then you got Jackson Arnold. He's a quarterback from Auburn. He comes from Oklahoma. He has a better supporting cast system that should help Arnold rebound. Tommy Castellanos. He's a quarterback for Florida State. He came from Boston College. His rushing ability should be a perfect fit for Gus Malzahn's offense. I'm not gonna go over every top transfers, but these some of the transfers that transferred. Maybe group next week. Devon Dampier, Utah from New Mexico. He's a new quarterback. Utah. He led the Mountain West in total offense, 327.8 yards per game. Quarterback Mark Gronowski from Iowa. He's transferred from South Dakota State. He's an upgrade on the center. Gio Lopez from North Carolina. He came from South Alabama. He's the big answer to North Carolina's big concern. Fernando Mendoza. He's going to Indiana. He transferred from California. His accuracy, skill set should be a great fit. Some no quarterbacks. Justice Hayes at running back. He's going to Michigan. He's coming from Alabama. C.J. Daniels, like wide receivers like C.J. Daniels from Miami. He's coming from LSU. He brings a lot of experience to Miami. 53 career games, 148 catches. Malachi Fields comes from Virginia. He transferred to Notre Dame. He caught 113 passes for 1,619 yards and 10 touchdowns in last two seasons with Virginia. So there's a lot of stuff going on with these top transfers that are going to the next level. On the defensive side, you got James Williams. He's going to Florida State. He comes from Nebraska. Xavier Lucas. He comes from Wisconsin. He returns to his home state after a standout freshman season. So keep your eyes on that. Now I see Nico Emaliva. He went to Tennessee. He'll be playing for UCLA. So some of the top transfers to keep your eyes on. Next, get into who's on the hot seat. I'm gonna start with Hugh Freeze of Auburn. He's on the hot seat because he has the talent level on the rise at Auburn, but he has posted back-to-back losing records since taking over in 2023. Auburn ties are 5-11 in SEC play, and that span of offense Freeze side of the ball has ranked near the bottom of the conference in scoring. Brennan of Arizona, he's on the hot seat. He inherited a roster capable of contending for the Big 12 title. Instead, the Wildcats regressed to 4-8 with six to losses, by 20 points or more. So he adds in a new athletic director who didn't hire Brennan, and it's clear that the second year coach needs to show marked improvement. Sonny Cumby, Louisiana Tech. They're coming off his best record 5-8 under Cumby, but entering his fourth season in Ruston, he has yet to have a winning season, posting a record of 11-26. Tony Elliott is on the hot seat. Comes to Athlon Sports season preview of college football this year. They took a step forward in 2024, the program's best mark of his tenure. But the Cavaliers are 11-23 and have just 6 ACC wins since Elliott took over in 2022. Also, they finished 12th or worse in the ACC in scoring every season under Elliott, whose background is on offense. Luke Fickell of Wisconsin, after a 57-18 record, has tripped to the college football playoff at Cincinnati. Luke Fickell was heralded higher in 2023, but 2 years later, Fickell is on the hot seat because he has a 12-13 record. The program missed the bowls last season for the first time since 2001. Mike Gundy of Oklahoma State is on the hot seat after a prolific playing career, leading the program to 169 overall wins. As head coach, Gundy is Oklahoma State football, but after last year's 3-9 record, the work contract that included a pay cut, it's clear that Gundy is under some pressure. Florida State, Mike Norvell is on the hot seat. They never recovered from college football's playoff snub in 2023 and plummeted to a 2-10 mark. So they last season, so they hired Gus Malzahn for the offense, Tony White for the defense. To be a boost to more Norvell. It could be a make or break year for Mike Norvell. Billy Napier, Florida. He's on the hot seat as athletic. Scott Strickland gave Napier full confidence in early November. The Gators responded with a 4-game winning streak, victories over LSU and Ole Miss to finish the year off. So with quarterback DJ Lagway, the Napier can't afford to take a step back in the win column. Sam Pittman, Arkansas. He's on the hot seat. The Razorbacks are 30-31 under Pittman's watch, have earned bowl trips in 3 of the last 4 years, but if Arkansas doesn't exceed last season's wins, total of 7, doubts will grow. Brent Pry of Virginia Tech is on the hot seat. They underachieved at 6-7, bringing Pry's record to 16-21. Scott Sadfield of Cincinnati was a surprising hire. Following a 17-19 record in his final 3 years at Louisville, Sadfield through the last 2 seasons has struggled to find his footing. 8-16. Trent Dilfer, Alabama Birmingham. His experience was a 4-year stint at private Tennessee high school. They are 7-17 under Dilfer, and fielding one of the nation's worst defenses in that span. Brent Venables is on the hot seat for Oklahoma Sooners. Transitioning to the SEC wasn't supposed to be easy. A 6-7 record last year gave Venables a second losing season at Oklahoma. Program's only 2 losing marks since 1999. Venables hit the reset button on his offensive staff, will handle defensive play calling duties in 2025. Now, other coaches that could be on the hot seat that's getting warm is Timmy Chang of Hawaii, Brian Kelly of LSU, Mike Loxley of Maryland, Joe Moorhead, Akron, Mickey Rene, Old Dominion, Lincoln Riley of USC, Mark Stoops of Kentucky, and Justin Wilcox of California. So next week I'll be talking about the breakout players to keep your eyes on for college football 2025. So let's get into the week that was, on this day in sports history, July 24th. We'll start with 1860 Olympics defeat Olympics defeat St. George 25-17 at St. George's Cricket Grounds in Philadelphia. First baseball game played in an enclosed field. 1893, for the only time in the history of the U.S. Tennis Championship, the event is held off the Eastern Seaboard, the men's doubles championship in Chicago. I can go everything. The Dodgers on July 24th, 1956, lost to the Reds 2-1 at Jersey City's Roosevelt Stadium. 1965, Casey Stengel resigned as the manager of the New York Mets in 1965 on July 24th. Race riots in July 24th, 1967, Detroit forced a postponement of Tigers-Orioles game. Billy Martin resigned on July 24th, 1978, as Yankees manager after saying one is a born liar and the other a convicted one about Steinbrenner and Jackson. July 24th, 1978, Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose tied the National League hitting streak of 37 games. 1979, July 24th, Boston Red Sox call Yastrzemski hit his 400th home run. 1983, the Pine game on July 24th, George Brett's home run was disallowed against the Yankees, overturned. Fay Vincent on July 24th, 1992, reinstated Yankees owner George Steinbrenner, effective March 1st, 1993. 1993, New York Mets, Anthony Young loses a record 27th consecutive game. On July 24th, Vince Coleman injures three when he throws a cherry bomb at Dodger fans. And finally, in 2022, the Baseball Hall of Fame inducted David Ortiz, Gil Hodges, Bud Fowler, Jim Cott, Manny Noso, and Buck O'Neill to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. All right, so that's it for tonight. I'll be back next week for the last episode of the month of July, July 31st, to be episode number 62. Make sure you tune in to check out the articles that I write for E52asports.com and all that good stuff. So until then, have a good night.